Good afternoon, everybody. We're live on the National Finance Brokers Day Facebook page today, coming from Perth again. Today I've got a special guest, but before I introduce my special guest and sit down on the NFBD couch and have a chat with him, I just wanted to remind everybody of the competition that we're running on being able to win a bottle of Dom Perignon, and that is being drawn at the end of this month on the 29th of July. So feel free to have a look. It's pinned to the top of the page, and all you need to do to enter is place a comment on there and tell us the main reason why you would use a finance broker. So there's some fantastic comments on there. Really pleased with the interaction that we're getting through. So check it out and feel free to enter. So today, my special guest is State Manager from Connective Aggregation Services, Matt Cusworth. So without further ado, let's welcome Matt.
Hey, Dino. Hey, Dino.
Good, mate. Afternoon. Take a seat.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting us. Sincerely, this is a pleasure for us to be involved in. It's a great initiative, and thank you for the invitation.
No, thank you, and really appreciate Connective support, your own support on the day. And people might be watching going, what's Connective? Who's Connective? So, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about your role and give us a broader sense of what an aggregation service does for finance brokers?
Yeah, okay, no problem. So I'm the State Manager for Connective in WA. I head up a team of 5 people here in Perth. I've been involved in aggregation since 2007 when I worked for another aggregator. Between that, I've worked for a couple of lenders. My principal role is to grow the business in WA. So it's a business development role that I mainly partake in. I'm supported by 2 broker support managers in WA, as well as a compliance resource and a IT resource. Connective as an aggregator, we're now Australia's largest. We've got over 3,000 members nationally, 350 in WA. Our members are wide and varied. We've got broking groups of over 100 reps down to 1 or 2 man bands. They settle about $3 billion a month in residential mortgage volume that goes through to our lender partners, people like Suncorp. We've been going 12 years. 2 founding directors are still involved in the business. It's a great place to work and I really enjoy it.
Wow, that's amazing. Big numbers there.
Yeah.
3 billion?
Yeah. The business last year grew by 25%. So Connective is on the way up. We've got our own in-house software platform. That's been a key component for our growth, as is our agreement terms and our flat fee model. Our pricing is a key driver of our growth.
No, that probably gives us a really good overview of what an aggregator does, and you've got your members around finance brokers who write deals to different lenders. What does the consumer see, or what benefit does the consumer get with a finance broker being a member to an aggregator?
Yeah, okay. A consumer's benefit from a broker belonging to an aggregator. Well, brokers are principally required to belong to an aggregator, unless we're talking about extremely large broking houses that might have a direct arrangement. So for rationalisation and compliance reasons, brokers are obliged to belong to an aggregator, and brokers can choose from one of perhaps a dozen decent-sized aggregators. The benefit that that brings to a consumer is a reflection of the aggregators that the broker chooses to use. So, key component of the benefit is the information, the software that the broker uses to help identify the right product for the consumer. We at Connective also wear a compliance responsibility, so we're responsible for the type of broker that we put on, that comes into the industry, and that also delivers to the consumer a benefit in terms of dealing with high caliber people, such as our finance brokers.
Well, okay. That's, hopefully a lot of people are getting the sense and the importance around the aggregator and where they play in the third-party channel.
Sure.
And it's particularly around that compliance piece that you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's so critical that you've got the right people, the right brokers in that space to help the consumers and get the end result that they want.
Absolutely. Delivers a better customer result.
Yep, excellent. We've probably covered that one. Wanted to maybe go away from the aggregator piece a little bit and pick into your brain, Matt. I'm sure it won't take us too long. So the main point on it, the industry where it is now, it's been growing considerably over a number of years, particularly what are we up to now, about 53.7% of loans are coming through the third-party space. Where do you see that heading over the next couple of years?
Okay. Look, over the next couple of years, I expect and would foresee continued growth through the third-party channel. Mortgage brokers offer, in my mind, a better customer outcome. The key drivers with more informed consumers are consumers that want the right product for them at a time and a place that's convenient for them. So those things a finance broker brings to the table inherently. So I think that the channel will continue to grow. I think things that will happen in the channel will be, in terms of the influence of technology, I think we'll see through aggregator development as much as lender development. I think we'll see a reduced time to yes in terms of approval and application timescales as technology becomes better synchronized. I think we'll see some consolidation perhaps in the aggregator space as some of the smaller aggregators struggle to deliver competitive software platforms. And I also think we'll see the finance broker as an individual man or woman regarded in a higher sense. I think that the profession is beginning to attract absolute praise and recognition for the great work that it does. So I think we'll see the profession of the finance broker to be more highly regarded.
Yeah, absolutely, couldn't agree more. My next question, I'm going to probably go moving on to what you've mentioned around brokers and why people are using them. But what would be your response to if you're at a barbecue and you met some new friends or people or friends at a barbecue, and they came up and you explained what they did, and they said, "Well, mate, I've got a major bank down the road from me.
Absolutely.
I can walk in there, I can see a lending manager. Most of the time I don't even need to make an appointment.
Sure.
Why should I go out and see one of these finance brokers? What are they going to do differently?"
Okay.
What would be your response?
Well, it brings us back to the key benefits of using a finance broker. In my mind, with the right finance broker, you're getting a broker for life. Okay, dealing with the local branch, you're subject to staff movements and the foibles attached to mergers and people moving on. Choosing the right finance broker, I think, gives you a business partner for life. Now, that finance broker, in my mind, is going to deliver for you a better customer outcome. Going to give you a more convenient interaction in terms of the time or the place that you choose to meet. So you're not restricted around going into a branch during branch opening hours. But you're also, by going to visit one branch, you're going to get to look at one suite of products. By inviting a finance broker to come and see you, the broker's going to bring 20, 25, 30 different lenders to the table. So the end solution will be one much more closely aligned with your situation.
Spot on. Love the correlation between that and what the actual consumer wants.
Yeah.
Trying to make those dreams a reality.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
So, mate, from Connective and in your role, why are you supportive of national finance brokers? And I asked that of all my guests that I've done recently. Yeah. But it's interesting to get a couple of different responses.
Sure.
So why is Connective and why are you personally jumping on board and saying, hey, people, take notice of this day, take notice of the lead up? It's important because...
It's important because at a time where our industry is under welcome review, what National Finance Brokers Day is bringing to the table is a strong, clear voice in support of finance brokers and what they do. So from Connective's perspective, our core business is built around working with professional finance brokers. So any channel, any avenue that exacerbates or brings that to a higher regard is one that's welcome with Connective. So we think it's a great initiative and we're happy to support it.
Excellent. And again, thank you for the support from yourself personally. I know we've spoken about it a few times in the past.
Absolutely.
And we're looking at planning on doing stuff on the day. Can you let us know what do you think people should be doing on the 17th of August? How should they be celebrating the day?
Sure.
And what should they do?
I was hoping today you'd announce it as a public holiday.
We will be working on that one, so the old bank holidays.
Cancel the day off. I think what's perhaps more important is in the lead up, in the run up to National Finance Brokers Day, that we all get on board, that we share the profile of this initiative to add a strong, clear voice in support of National Finance Brokers Day. And look, I will be holding an offsite with some of our key lender and broker partners on the day. And I'll also be keen to see what you're doing, because I know you're going to host something in Sydney, is that?
At this stage, Matt, yes, we're waiting on a couple of boxes to be ticked to give the green light. But
happy to be there, Dino, just ring me.
Yeah. Yes, we've got a good panel of guests to do a live show, and
Sure.
it won't go for too long, but it'll be at that time where it'll be convenient, people can get together, invite consumers, invite referral partners, where they can invite further consumers that might want to utilise a finance broker. Come on board, have a few drinks, and then we'll celebrate the industry as a whole and watch the live show on the day. So hopefully we'll be in a position that we can announce those special guests, but it will be broadcast live out of Sydney on the 17th of August. So
great. Well, we look forward to tuning in.
Mate, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
For your time today. Some really great insights to an aggregator, and hopefully that's provided some people out there with some information on where an aggregator sits in the industry and the importance that they actually play.
Thanks
Thank you very much, mate.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.